Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will walk through on a financial model based on an oil and gas project. So this is a fictional company whereby just say you work as an executive whereby your manager asks you to prepare a financial model to actually forecast if just say the project is viable or not, because we do have several scenarios and also several different contractors who will be involved in constructing the offshore project. So you just have to prepare the IRR, internal rate of return, DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, to actually determine if the project viable or not. So in this video, it's not about preparation, it's just about walking through the financial model. For example, you are working in an oil and gas company, and in this company, your manager, your department is going to invest in a project. So basically, they're going to invest in this particular project near into Sarawak, and you actually need to forecast the financial performance of this project, and with several scenarios, whether you want to know the investment evaluation and to enhance the decision making of the company. So in this particular model, what they have is they have a construction phase, they have the operation phase, depreciation, debt schedule, and lastly, the financial statements. So what the bosses want to see is they want to see the project IRR, equity IRR, and also the cash flow movement. So let's get started. So right now, when I go to my home tab, first and foremost, this is what I want to show to my manager, where we do have this construction phase, operation phase, depreciation phase, debt schedule, financial statement, and report. So just say when I click construction phase, so my manager can see, alright, so this is how the reports looks like. We do have these construction elements, and we do have the sources of funding, whether the fund is financed by the liability, the loans, or it's also funded by the equity side, by the sponsor or the shareholder company. And then if they say I want to go back, I just click this box over here, this particular icon, and we do have operation phase. So operation phase tells us how the company makes money during the operation, the revenue, and also the OPEX, the operating expenses. And I click over here, we do have depreciation. Depreciation tells us the value of the asset reduced over the years. So we do have the asset value, depreciation rate, the addition, the depreciation. And then when I click over here, we do have debt schedule. A debt schedule tells us how, not only how the company receives money from the liability, but also tell us how the company makes its principal payment, its interest payment. Basically, how the company can cater its debt service. So we do have the funding that we receive from the liability, and then the amount it received minus the payment, that's the closing balance. And then we have the debt service, which includes the interest and also the principal. And then when I click back, and final one is the financial statement. So the financial statement, we have three, which is the income statement, the balance sheets, and then it also have the cash flow movement. So over here we can see the DSCR, which actually stands for debt service coverage ratio. Not only that, we also have the IRR, the internal rate of return. So we can see how much is the debt service coverage ratio and the internal rate of return, and for the equity and the project. So the last one, what I want to share to my manager, is the dashboard, the reporting. So over here, in this case, if just say I want to know for the second contractor, I just change the number over here. Over here, we can see for a contractor named KBR, what is the performance. So what we can understand is this KBR contractor, they can only start the operation in 2033. If they say I change the scenario or change the contractor, now we have a different contractor with a different reading, and also the operation phase starts in 2031. And if they say I change the scenario, we have a different details. So basically, this is the report that I want to share to my manager. And of course, financial modeling is a very complex topic because it includes several worksheets, several financial calculations, whereby we can forecast on what we can happen in the future. So while preparing financial modeling, it doesn't mean that you can actually forecast 100% accurately, but it can also mitigate, it can actually mitigate any potential problem that might happen in the future.